Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through Tuesday. Hope you guys have a good week planned. Grind forward. Anybody out there want to level up, become a better, stronger version of yourself? Mend the broken places. We all break. You can be stronger in those broken places. Go to my website at skyazrael.com. You can also check me out on Facebook or Instagram. I'm probably on Facebook more than Instagram. I can't stand Instagram. Instagram is such a sleazy pit of hell. I really believe that. I think it's demonic. The funny thing about Instagram is my Instagram page blows up. If I post a 30-second, 15-second video on Instagram, I'll get thousands and thousands and thousands of views, thousands of likes. My following on Instagram is way more than what YouTube is. And it's funny because when I post a video on YouTube, I might get 50 views if I'm lucky. To me, that's about an average video is about 50 views. And if I could get between 5 or 10 likes on a video, that's a pretty good video to me. It's so funny because I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube and there's so much trash content, and I do get a little jealous every once in a while. I notice, geez, this video is the most bullshit video I've ever seen in my life, and it has 3 million views. Doesn't matter. I started this channel in order to help people. It honestly was a calling from God. That's also why I started coaching. And if I could help one person, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I'll bring you with me up to the pearly gates, and you're going to vouch for me. Because I'm going to be able to say, hey, I'm not as much of a piece of shit as you guys think I am. See, here's one guy that I helped. I know I hurt a lot of motherfuckers, but at least I got this one dude. Tell him how I helped you. You're going to vouch for me. Help me get in. I'm trying my best to get in. Trying my best to end I'm 52. I'll be 53 next month. Trying my best to end this life off on a positive note because it's been so negative. But let's philosophize a little bit on manhood. We've talked about this before, and I want to dispel a fantasy, to pop a bubble, burst your little bubble on this rather shallow version of manhood that's being promoted, pushed, hustled online, on YouTube mainly. And I have people coming to me, young guys, who want to focus on these areas, and that's fine, but don't tell me that this is your path to manhood, that once you get the body, the bank, and the bitches, that you'll then be a man, because that's not what manhood is. You can be rich, you can be jacked, and you can have hot girlfriends or a hot wife or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Do that. That's great. But that's not what it means to be a man. You can't just say, well, now I'm a man because I took a bunch of steroids, got lucky on some sort of financial internet scam or some investment, and I found me a gold-digging Instagram whore. That's not manhood, dude. You're still a little boy. I've talked to plenty, grown men, guys my age and older, that are children. I just talked to one just recently. Guy's fresh out of the joint, and that's a recipe. If you go to the joint when you're 20 and you get out when you're 70, you're still a 20-year-old. You have not matured. Most of them. This guy, he's 81, same age as Joe Biden. He just got out of the joint. He did 30-something years, murdered 3 people, somehow got out. I asked him, well, how'd you get out? You murdered 3 motherfuckers, how'd you get out? He wouldn't tell me. Maybe I don't want to know. But chatting with that guy was a little sad, because he looked at himself as this like ultimate gangster. He's famous. He has his own Wikipedia page. Many of you know who he is. I'm not going to promote him, because I was not impressed. I was not impressed. He's a little boy. He's an 81-year-old child. No, you have to cultivate manhood. It doesn't just happen. You don't just end up there. You have to think about it and work towards it. And it has to be a righteous act, a righteous path. if you're trying to Fred Durst your way into manhood, you know Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, and he had that song, It's All About the Nookie, right? And that's why he became a rock star, was just to get pussy. That's the worst reason to become a rock star. That's the punk reason. I used to promote bands. You do it because you love music. And you love entertaining people, bringing happiness and joy to others. So manhood is a righteous path, and it's about others. Otherwise, what's the point? You can stay a child. You can survive fine staying a child your whole life. If you're going to interact with others, you might have to become a man at some point. So, sure, the body, the bank, and the bitches, oh, that's so great. But what it's really about is strength. It's not just physical strength, mental strength. Strength through the storm, and this may mean that you have to study stoicism, to detach from emotion so you're not a bitch like everybody else. So you're not flopping around on the floor crying like some kind of idiot when the world's falling apart. You can sit there rationally and calmly and say, okay, we got this, we're going to handle this, I'm going to build a team, and we're going to save the world. You can be strong if you have financial hardships, if you're having health problems, if your family's falling apart, your neighborhood's falling apart, your country's falling apart. You could be the strong one. This is manhood. A few good men, that's all we need is a few good men. We'll save the world. But it's not going to be bodybuilders. And it's not that I'm down on bodybuilders. I have nothing against bodybuilders. I work out at a gym full of bodybuilders. But I will tell you, just as a side note, if you think that that's the ultimate view of image of manhood, is to be like Adonis, this super jacked steroid goon, I just want to tell you that the bodybuilding community, the men who bodybuild, are mostly homosexual. It's just a reality, and it's always been that way. That's the truth. And I'm not trying to be judgmental or mean or to bash them. I'm just giving you a statement of fact. The vast majority of these guys that you see are gay. It's very true. So I don't really look at that just as having muscles as the idea of the ultimate man, because he might be giving it to another guy. And that's not manhood to me. Now, you want to be strong, focus on strength. And with that strength, you're going to protect. You have a duty to protect. You should have a natural instinct to protect. And not just your own kids, not just your own wife, but your friends, your extended family, even people you don't know. This is the Superman mentality, the superhero mentality. And you have a certain sense of virtue and morals. And you won't tolerate evil in your midst, around you. When evil presents itself, you have to fight it. And you protect, and you use your strength, because you're a man. And this is what men do. And if you're not triggered to protect and to be strong, you may not be a man yet. A man provides, but it doesn't have to be wealth. Poor man can provide. Providing is about working hard. You work hard, and you give half your sandwich to your wife or to your kid. A lot of people will work hard and gobble down whatever they can gobble down, and if I have anything extra, you get it. This is the mentality of the rich boy, this trickle-down bullshit. You'll get my crumbs. I have so much. No, providing, a biblical sense of providing is altruistic, anything but self-serving. Your mission is to help others survive. Your survival isn't as hard as other people. because of your strength and your wisdom. And that's another thing that you have as a man. A man has wisdom. If you're not wise, you're a child. If you're not building wisdom, you're staying a child. You offer your wisdom through teaching and guidance. And finally, on my little list of manhood, a man leaves a legacy. That legacy may be wealth, your mansion and your yacht, your business. The legacy may be your life of helping. Father Berrigan, famous. Sure, he was famous for being a father, for being a priest, but he was famous for helping homeless people. And people remember him with tears in their eyes because of how much he helped others. His legacy was what he did for others. His strength was given to others. We can think of 1,000 people like that. Maybe your grandpa. What legacy did your grandpa leave? Millions, and that's it? Thank God for granddad's millions? Or was it his strength and courage, caring, loving attitude? Manhood isn't something that can just be bottled into a program on YouTube and turned into a slick acronym or a couple cool words. Ripped and rich. The body, the bank, and the bitches. I heard that from somebody else. When you find people turning manhood into this, they're prosperity preachers. They're hustlers. You don't buy your manhood. You're not going to be a man in a 6-week course. Food for thought.